Yes. Shalom, we want to give all honors and praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Abashiach Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rikah, HaKadosh. We are the children of Israel, coming out here day in and day out on every Sabbath day, feast day, just to tell y'all who y'all are as a people. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are the children of Israel that the Bible speaks about in the verses of Deuteronomy. Today's class is evil communication corrupts good manners. Let me get Colossians chapter 3 and verse 17.
The book of Colossians 3 and verse 17. And whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all in the name of Mashiach Yahweh Shai, giving thanks to Yahweh and to Abinawah by heaven.
Let me get Romans 15 verse 4, and let me get Proverbs chapter 4 verse 7.
Romans chapter 15, verse 4. But whatsoever thing was written aforetime was written for our learning, that we, through patience in the comfort of the scriptures, might have hope.
Book of Proverbs chapter 4 verse 7. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore get wisdom, and with all by getting, get understanding.
Let me get James 1 and 1, and we're going to open it.
James chapter 1 and verse 1. James, the servant of Yahweh, and of Mashiach Yahweh Shai, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad. Shalom.
Shalom to all the 12 tribes of Israel scattered abroad across the whole globe, whole earth, across America, in the indigenous regions, and these different things. You don't know who you are. You call yourself black, you call yourself Jamaican, Haitian. You are the children of Israel. So let me get 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 33. Start at 30 to 34.
15. Verse 30. And why stand we in jeopardy every hour? 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 30. And why stand we in jeopardy every hour? I protest by your rejoicing which I have in the Mashiach Yahweh Shai, our Savior. I hate you.
We die daily, right? Because we come out here every day, or every weekend, every Sabbath day, to put our lives on the line to let you know who you are as a people, right? We killing off our old self, right? Our old man. The person who we was before, we're not those same people anymore, right? Because we repented and we come into the light, the truth, right?
If after the manner of men I have fought with peace in Ephesus, what advantage it is me if I die, rise not? Let us eat and drink, for tomorrow we die.
So what advantage do we have if we speaking to you people who act like beasts, right? And it ain't coming, y'all ain't changing and doing what you're supposed to do. What profit that us of coming out here every day or every weekend to tell y'all who y'all are, and y'all ain't doing that with yourselves, right? Read.
Be not deceived. Evil communication corrupts good manners.
Evil what?
Evil communication corrupts good manners.
Evil communication corrupts good manners, right? Because you hanging around people you're not supposed to hang around, right? They tell you the wrong things. After you're doing the wrong things, and you know you're a good person at heart. Let me get Proverbs 16, verse 26 through 28. Proverbs chapter 12, verse 26 through 28.
Book of Proverbs chapter 12.
Ephesians 4:22.
Verse 12 to 28.
26. Through 26.
Book of Torah,
12 and
12,
26.
verse 23.
26.
26. Stop. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor.
The righteous is what?
The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor.
Read.
But the way of the wicked seduces them.
So the way of the wicked seduces them, right? Come with all that trickery and snakery, right? Trying to win people over. Read.
The slothful man roasteth not that which he took in hunting, but the substance of a diligent man is precious. Verse 28. In the way of righteousness is life. In the pathway thereof there's no death.
So right, we just read that we die daily, right? But in the path of the righteousness is no death, because we live forever through the law, statutes, and commandments. But we kill ourselves daily, right? We die daily because we put off the old man again. Ephesians 4:22.
The book of Ephesians, chapter 4, verse 22.
24.
That you put off concerning the formal conversation.
Put off what?
Concerning the formal
The
conversation,
whole conversation. Read.
which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust.
So put off that corruptible ways. Sister, you gotta go and put on a dress. Brother, you gotta go put on your fringes, man. If that's your girl, you gotta marry her, bro. You feel me?
And be renewed.
And be
the
what?
spirit,
You gotta renew yourself, man. Read.
spirit of your mind.
And the spirit of your mind. So that's what we're talking about by putting off the old man, by renewing the spirit of your mind, man. Right? Let that old stuff go. You're not who you think you are, man. Let me get Ephesians 5:11. Salakia 8 through 12.
The book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 8. Well, we were sometimes darkness.
We what?
We were sometimes darkness.
We were in darkness before, right? Read.
But now are ye light of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
And we came out that darkness into the light of who we are, or the truth of who we really are, according to this Bible, right? According to the scriptures and the law, statutes, and commandments. Read.
Walk as children of light.
Walk as children of light, not children of the darkness. Read.
For the fruit of the Spirit is in all manner of goodness.
So the fruits of the Spirit, we know what that is, right? Let me get Galatians 5:23. 21.
Book of Galatians, chapter 5, and verse 23. 21, now read. Envy, murder, Galatians 5 and 22. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith. Verse 23, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law.
We jump back over there to Ephesians 5.
The book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 8. For we were sometime darkness,
So we were in darkness, right? Walking according to the flesh. Read.
but now are ye light of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai as children of light. For the fruit of the Spirit in all goodness and righteousness and truth, proving what is acceptable unto Yahweh.
So we prove what is acceptable unto Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, right? By reading these scriptures and letting you know the good from the evil, man. The righteous from the unrighteous.
Have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness.
So have no fellowship with what?
Unfruitful works of darkness.
So you know you in darkness and you in that malice and all that wickedness and all this corruption and seducing. We not having no fellowship with you, man. We know you full of crap, man. Read.
But rather reprove them.
Well, we gonna reprove you. So this is what we doing right now today. We're reproving you. We rebuking you. We correcting you. And punishing you. Read.
But it is a shame even to speak of those things which are done of them in secret.
So it's a shame to speak about these things which y'all do in secret, man, because nobody don't want to hear all this bad stuff all the time, but somebody got to go through the darkness and bring you out of that, man, and bring you back to the light. So we got to watch you. We got to tell you what's going on, man. We got to put it out there in order for you to make a choice to choose right. Read. Salakia. All right, let me get Romans 16 and verse 17 through 20.
Book of Romans, chapter 16, and verse 17. And it reads, Now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause division and offenses.
So if you cause a division, right? You out here putting people against each other, throwing yourself in the middle of other people's matters and problems, and you causing separation between people, man. We gonna mark you, man. We gonna put that mark on your back and let people know not to be around you, man. Not to have fellowship with you, man. Hey, man, that person ain't no good, man. Leave him alone. Read.
Contrary to doctrine which ye have learned, and avoid them.
And do what? Avoid them, man. Don't have no fellowship with them, man. You see that person coming around with that darkness and with that wickedness, man? Man, leave, man. Get around them people, man. Read.
But they that are such serve not our Lord and Mashiach Yahushua.
But they don't serve our Lord, man. They don't believe in the Most High and His Son, man. They believe in their own selves. They believe in idols and wickedness, man. They do what they want to do, man. Read.
But their own belly, and by good words and fair speeches deceive the hearts of the simple.
By their own what?
By their own belly.
By their own belly, man. They think about themselves, man. They're not thinking about the Most High and Yahweh Shah. Read.
And by good words and fair speeches deceive the hearts of the simple.
They sound good, right? They talk good. They sound good, but they deceiving you, man. People ain't really about nothing, man. They ain't showing you nothing concrete that they standing on. Everything that they do and say, man, we can put it up right here, right now with this Bible, man, to let you know you a damn lie. Read.
For your obedience is come abroad unto all men. I am glad, therefore, on your behalf. But yet, I would have you wise unto that which is good.
So we're going to have you wise into that which is good, right? These laws, statutes, and commandments, the Bible, you know what I'm saying? The whole congregation of Israel, brothers in the truth, that speaking the truth and living the truth, we're going to have you wise to that, man. Read.
And simple concerning evil.
And simple concerning evil, right? We're going to make it plain and simple for you to understand what's right and what's wrong. Let me get Sirach, chapter 13, verse 17. Salakia. Wisdom of Solomon. Yeah. Salakia, bring it out.
This is book of Romans, chapter 17, 16 and verse 20. And that reads, And the Most High of peace shall bruise Satan under your feet shortly.
So what?
And the Most High of peace shall bruise Satan under your feet shortly.
So you still want to be with that wickedness, the Most High going to put you on the ground, man. Read.
The grace of our Lord and Mashiach Yahushua be with you, so be it.
So be it. Let me get Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4, verse 12.
Book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4, verse 12.
Proverbs 28 and verse 4 through 7.
But the bewitching of naughtiness do us through things that are honest, and the wantoness, meaning the wanderings of the concupiscence, undermine the simple mind.
From the top. From the top.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4, verse 12. For the bewitching of naughtiness do us through things that are honest.
So bewitching your things that you do, right? They constantly watching, right? Of things that's honest, right? So they can just go in there and twist it around and mess it all up because they naturally are wicked, man. They watch everything the honest do to turn it into something darkness, man. Read.
And the wondering of the concupiscence do undermine the simple mind.
So you undermining the simple-minded, man, the people that's making things plain and easy, right? Trying to undermine us, man. They're trying to make it seem like we lame or we just not worthy or acceptable in other people's eyes and try to push somebody else down to make yourself look good, right? That's wickedness, man. Let me get Proverbs 28:4. Bring it
Book
up.
of Proverbs 28 and verse 4. They that forsake the law praise the wicked.
They that what?
They that forsake the law praise the wicked.
So if you're not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, you're going to praise the wicked, man, because that's all you know. You was born into it, right? You don't know nothing about the truth, right? You might feel it in your spirit, but you really don't know what's right or wrong according to the Most High. Read.
But such as keep the law contend with them.
So we that keep the law, we that know the law, we contend with y'all, man. We don't go back and forth with you, man. We gonna wrestle with the spirit with you to try to get you to come into the truth, man, into the light, to righteousness, man, to stop all the wickedness, right? We're supposed to contend with you, right? Read.
Evil men understand not judgment.
So they don't understand judgment, man. You don't know that you keep doing the same thing because, all right, man, I'm just a G, man. I'm gangsta out here. I'm that nigga. Oh, I'm him. I'm this. I'm that. Well, you don't understand no judgment. You really don't know what you're doing right now. You don't know what you're getting yourself into. Read.
But they that seek the Most High
But they that seek the Most High
understand all things.
understand all things, man, because we do our due diligence to study, man. We watch, we pray, we fast, right? We fellowship. We have a congregation. We iron sharpen iron, man. We, you know what I mean? We pass knowledge to each other. Experiences, background. We know all things, man. Read.
Better is the poor that walketh in his uprightness
So better is the poor that walk in uprightness. Read.
than he that is perverse in his ways.
Read that again.
Better is the poor that walketh in his uprightness than he that is perverse in his ways, though he be rich.
So you perverse in your ways, even though you're rich, right? So the way that you go about doing things is crooked, man, corrupt. You ain't honest, man. You're not straightforward. You're a deceiver, man. Read.
Whoso keepeth the law is a wise son.
So he that do what?
Whoso keepeth the law is a wise son.
For what?
But he that is a companion of a righteous man shameth his father.
You ashamed to your father, man. How you think your dad look at you every day you out here doing all this wickedness, man? That man raised you up to be right, man, and you refused every step of the way since you came up as a little boy, man. Read.
He that by usury is an unjust gain increaseth his substance.
You did what? Read that again.
He that by usury and unjust gain
By usury and unjust gain, read.
increaseth his substance.
Because you a fraud, man. You a liar, man. Read.
He shall gather it for him that will pity the poor.
Yeah, man, look at these niggas, man. They out here, they ain't got nothing, man. These niggas some bums, man. Man, look at us. Yeah, we good, we shining, we eating over here, we get what we want to get, but y'all ain't doing it the right way, though. So how can you boast or brag on unjust gains, man? Read.
Verse 9. He that turneth his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer shall be an abomination.
You're an abomination to the Most High, man. You don't want to listen to these words. You don't want to repent. You don't want to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. You don't want to be right. You are an abomination to the Most High, and these people should avoid you at all costs.
Whoso causes the righteous to go astray is an evil way. In an evil way, he shall fall himself of his own pit.
Read that again.
Whoso causes the righteous to go astray
So if you cause the righteous to go astray, you know these people on the right path. You know these people got a spirit to themselves that they good people, and you cause these people to go astray, to do wickedness, to do your own bidding. Say what?
in an evil way, he shall fall
You gonna fall, man.
himself into his own pit.
In his own pit. He's dug a grave for somebody else. You gonna fall in it, man. Read.
But the upright shall have good things in possession.
Let me get Sirach 13:17 through 23.
Book of Sirach 13. Verse 17. All flesh was old as a garment. For the covenant, from the beginning is, thou shalt die with death. As the green leaves of a thick tree.
That's Sirach 13.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 13, verse 17. What fellowship has the wolf with the lamb?
So what fellowship does have the wolf with the lamb? Not you Jamaicans, not you Benjamite brothers. We talk about that wolf. We talk about these ravenous wolves. Read.
So the sinner with the godly.
What does the fellowship that we have, man, with the sinner and with the godliness, man? What we have to gain by being around? From the top.
What agreement is there between the hyenas and a dog? And what peace between rich and poor? As the wild ass is the lion prey in the wilderness, so the rich eat up the poor. As the proud hate humanity, so do the rich avoid the poor.
So as the proud hate humility, right? You don't like to be humiliated because you're a proud man, right? But the rich hate the poor also. Read.
The rich man began to fall and fell up of his friends.
Say it again.
The rich man began to fall and
So-
fell up.
When the rich man started to fall, he got his friends to help him up. Read.
But a poor man bent down is thrust also away by his friends.
Damn, he poor, man. So when he about to fall even more, right? His friends gonna throw him away. Man, you can't help us. You ain't got nothing to bring. You know what I'm saying? You got too much on you, man. You got a lot of problems on you, man. We can't do nothing with you, man. We just might as well throw you away. Read.
When a rich man is fallen, he has many helpers.
So when the rich man fall, he got a lot of friends to help him. Oh yeah, I know he'll get back on his feet. Yeah, we'll throw him a little something, man. We'll help him out. You know what I mean?
He speak things not to be spoken, and yet men justify him.
So you talk about the things that you're not supposed to talk about, right? You're speaking on things that ain't right, but somebody else gonna justify you because they know you probably got a couple dollars, you feel me? They gonna speak up for you. Read.
The poor man slipped, and yet they rebuke him too.
So when I slip, or when the poor man slip, damn, we gonna rebuke him, you feel me? Read.
He spake wisely,
He said some good stuff, man, but nobody don't want to listen. Read.
and could have no place.
Could have no place, ain't no place in society, in the social status. You know what I mean? You might be a brother of a low degree, but you speaking some right things, man. But nobody ain't gonna want to listen to you. Read.
When a rich man speaks, every man holds his tongue.
When a rich man speak, everybody be quiet. Read.
And look what he says. It was thrown hit to the ground.
Yeah, they gonna hear what he said. Yeah, man, bro said this, bro said that. He got a couple dollars on him. Yeah, we'll listen to him, man.
But if the poor man speaks, they say, what fellow is this?
Who this is, man? Who this nigga is, man? When the poor man speak, they be like, man, who this nigga is, man? What are you talking about, bro? You talking some good stuff, but where do you come from, man? Who are you? Read. So that's all that is, man. We just saying some people like who popular, man, and not who right. So if you're a popular dude, they're gonna take your words and run with it. But when you right, they're gonna ask, who are you, man? What is you talking about, bro? Where you come from?
Yeah, what fellow is this? if he stumbled, they would help to overthrow him.
Yeah, man, who this dude is, man? You ain't nobody, but you talk about some good stuff, but as soon as he stumble or fall, y'all gonna help him fall completely.
You have any questions?
No, it's funny. The tribe of Simeon and Levi, they live next to each other. Is that weird, right?
Yeah. It's actually in there.
It's weird. Oh, sorry. It's weird. Yeah. And correct me if I'm wrong. Remember the prince called Sheshem? Sheshem who raped the girls, and the brothers came to defend her honor.
Yeah.
I'm so happy my mind is right. Yeah, someone.
Yeah. But that was the motivation.
And there was a guy. You ever see you Google it on the like a soda bottle, the Native American with the thing. His name, but it's from Cuba.
While you're looking for that, I'm going to read this. Genesis 49, verse 5. Simeon and Levi are brethren, instruments of purity in the habitation. Oh, my soul, come not thou unto their secret, unto their assembly, my honor. Be not thou unite unto for them, for in their anger they slew a man, and in their self-will they dig down a wall. Just like you said, two great my sisters, Simeon and Levi, they came together and said, we're going to give you men.
See it every day, but we never. I don't remember the name. Like it's like a there's a bottle. Then you have a Native American, like the profile view with a flag.
You mean spray bottle?
No, not a spray bottle. It's like a beverage. But we do the huh? Man, it's funny. I'm here and I can't remember. But you go any corner store, like a lady, you will see it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm okay.
Yeah, he said like the drink,
The Malta,
That's it. Hold on.
yeah, the Hatui, the Malta, it tastes
yeah.
like cane sugar.
Yeah. Yes. See, this is it. Yeah, yes, he said it. Yeah, this is right here. Yeah, too. Yeah, I didn't know. Yeah, he's from one of the tribes. I remember I was reading about it. I don't remember which tribe he was from. And what y'all think of how they're trying to rewrite history? Especially our history.
They can't.
But they can't. That doesn't mean they ain't trying to.
Yeah.
Like with Governor DeSantis, like certain things they're trying to take out. Because what happened, I remember when I first came to this country, we had two sources of information. CNN, that doesn't mean they're not a news outlet. That's CNN and Fox News.
Right.
Now with the cell phone right now, people can say anything and then they say, no, let me check that out. Now they're afraid. People are becoming aware or what they say, awoke. Yeah, so that's why when they see people like y'all, be afraid. It's like y'all filling the gaps of people like that that make any sense?
Yeah. Like that, I kind of felt it, but I didn't know. Now that's the first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You all fill in the gap. They hate y'all quietly. Like, why you here? And then they try to pass stupid laws.
Freedom of speech law.
Yes, you can't say certain things, especially against Israel.
Yeah.
And then they call you anti-Semite. And those people are not even the real Jews.
Messing up everything they got going
Yeah,
on.
and how they control this government.
Listen to
Remember,
this now. Daniel, chapter 7, verse 25. And he speaks great words against the Most High, and to wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change time and law, that they should be given to him. They should be given to his hand until the time divide them the time. So he's trying to change laws. Although you're right, he comes to anybody and he tries to. They don't mean going to be successful, but they're trying to.
too many people are being awakened now.
Yeah.
Too many young people are being awakened. Like, for example, right now, they hate you see over those. With those,
Yeah.
if you're waking up, we are the true Israelites. They know. You ever heard a book by, I don't remember the guy's first name. He wrote a book called The 13. He's a Jewish guy.
Oh, the 13 tribes.
Right.
Yeah.
Y'all have that book? Something Kessler.
Yeah.
Something Kessler. Y'all heard about him?
Yeah, there you go.
They try to kill this guy. He's one of them now.
Yeah.
He said, no, we're not the real Jews. But what I learned, they had a king called Kuban or something like that. They had a history. When they murder people, they take their identity.
Yeah.
Until they give it along, they were given a choice. To choose between one religion, or they choose whatever religion they have.
Right. That's good.
Oh, yeah. So when they see y'all, like you're like you waking up from people. Like I was talking to my friend, I see for I said, why you guys listen to them people? Because you don't know who to listen to.
Yeah.
Who's spiritually being awakened. Yeah, man. So I like my son is over there. Hey, keep the good work, man. Remember, be careful, man. They hate you guys.
Yeah, we know they're gonna come out there.
I'm telling you, you don't even know what work. I'm in law enforcement. I'm gonna tell you they hate you. I'm in law enforcement.
We actually spoke to that before we set up. We said the police is waiting to get the word from Trump to bring it down.
Yes, that's the excuse. Guess
That's
what?
what they're waiting for.
They hate y'all. And that's how y'all know y'all real.
Yeah.
They come after you, they go to persecute you. Why? You don't did nothing. You didn't kill nobody. You don't break no one. You don't molest no one. All you do is speak. That's it. Think about it. Why?
We're not putting our word.
You don't, guess what? You don't even say nothing evil. Think about it.
Read it from the Bible. Why? It's awakening.
It's awakening. Spiritual awakening. And that's the most dangerous thing you can think all think everything. When I have a spiritual mindset, you're the most dangerous. You can't know you have no weapon. But that's a weapon.
Yeah.
That isn't a good it's a spiritual weapon.
Yeah. All right, take it easy.
I will pick up that word we got.
Watch that video of Mikey Beats TV. That's what it's about that time.
We'll pick up where we left off. Sirach 13 and verse 23. And let me get 1 Corinthians 5:9 through 13.
Yeah, we need to be aware. The breakdown is good. We still need a breakdown, but we got to understand what stages we're going through. Because this government, they always do trial come. They trial come with specific understanding. Ecclesiasticus chapter 13, verse 23. When the rich man speaketh, everyone hears his song. And look what he said. They extol it to the clouds. But if a poor man speak, they say, what fellow is this?
And if he stumbled, they would never get over it.
First Corinthians 5:9.
First Corinthians 5 and verse 9. That reads, I wrote unto you an epistle, not to company with fornicators.
So not to do what?
Not to company with fornicators.
So don't keep company with them, man. Don't keep company with these fornicators, man. Just going around sleeping with all these different people, man. And you ain't got no intentions on marrying or intentions of settling down and being with one person, man. These whoremongers, these whores, these harlots.
Verse 10, yet not altogether with fornicators of this world, or with the covetous.
With the who?
With the covetous.
The covetous, right? Wanting everybody else's stuff, desiring other people's properties, desiring other people's wives, desiring other people's possessions. Don't keep company with these people, man.
Or extortioners.
Or who?
Or extortioners.
Or extortioners, right? You running down on people, man, taking these people's stuff. You know what I mean? What else?
Or with idolaters.
With idolaters, man, y'all bowing down yourself to these golden calves, to these wooden crosses. What else?
But these deeds go out of the world. But now I have written unto you not to keep company. If any man that is called a brother,
If any man that is called what?
a brother, be a fornicator,
A brother, a person of your own nation, like this kind of the Native American Indians, right? We're not talking about the other nations, we talk about our own people. Read.
be a fornicator, or covetous, or an idolater, or a railer, or a drunkard, or extortioner, with such as one not to eat.
So we're not eating with you, man. You can't sit at our table, man. And we're not sitting at yours.
For what have I to do to judge them also that are without? Do not ye judge them that are within.
So, right, we judge within, right? The people that's within our circle, the people that's within the truth. Yeah, we could judge you based off the law, statutes, and commandments, but the people without the truth, we're going to let the Most High handle you, man. We can't do nothing with you, man. Read.
But them that are without the Most High judges.
The Most High what?
Them that are without the Most High judges.
Hey, man, it's out of my hands, man. I can't do nothing else with you, man. I just want to let you go free, man. That blood ain't going to be on my hands, but at the same time, you got to warn him, man. Let me get that in Ezekiel 33:5.
Therefore put away from among yourselves that wicked person.
Put them away, man. Get around them, man.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 33, verse 5. He heard the sound of a trumpet and took not warning. His blood should be upon him.
Say it again.
He heard the sound of the trumpet
You heard the sound of the trumpet, man. You heard the warning, man.
and took not warning.
And you ain't take that warning?
His blood should be upon
Your
him.
own blood gonna be upon your own head, man. You took it upon yourself. Read.
But he should take warning. But he that take warning should deliver his soul.
So if you take the warning, man, you take heed, man, you're gonna deliver your soul. That's it. Let me get Proverbs 7:5. Salaka, skip that. Salak 7:2.
Book of Sirach, chapter 7, verse 2. Depart from the unjust, and the iniquities should turn away from thee.
Read.
My son, sow not upon the furrow of the unrighteous, and thou shalt not reach the sevenfold.
So read that again. The last part.
Done. My son, sow not upon the furrow of unrighteousness,
So not the what?
upon the furrows of unrighteousness, and thou shalt not reach them sevenfold.
So don't be praying on darkness, man, so that way you won't reach that karma sevenfold, man. Let me get Sirach 9:15. And 2 Thessalonians 3:14 and 15. Sirach 9:15 first.
Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 15. Let that talk be with the wise, and all that communication is the law of the Most High.
So let our talk be with the wise and with the communication of the law, man. The law, statutes, and commandments, the first 5 books of Moses, right? Where you found the laws at. So we let our communication be with this Bible, man, unto the wise. Read.
And let just men eat and drink with me.
So let just men eat and drink with me, man. That's who we letting at our table, man. That's who we eating with. We eat at their table, they eat with our table, man.
And let the glory be in the fear of Yahweh.
And the fear of Yahweh, the fear of the Lord is keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. 2 Thessalonians
3, verse 14.
all the way out. Come on.
If any man obey not our word of this epistle,
So if you do not what?
obey our word of this epistle,
Read.
no, that man, and have no company with him,
So mark him, man, and get him away from you, man. Read.
that he may be ashamed,
He gonna be what?
ashamed,
He gonna put you to shame, man. Read.
yet count him not as an enemy,
So do what? Not what?
yet count him not as an enemy,
You're not my enemy, man. We just not dealing with you no more, man. You cut off, bro. Read.
but admonish him as a brother.
So we gonna correct you, man, every time you do wrong. Read.
Now, the Most High of peace himself give you peace always,
So we gonna give you some peace. Read.
by all means, and the Most High be with you all.
So yeah, man, with that, man, you're not the enemy, man. Don't do nothing to these people, man. Leave them alone, man. But at the same time, if you get out of line again, man, check them, man. With that being said, we want to give all honors and praise to Yahweh, by Hashem, Mashiach Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, we call HaKadosh, and we're going to pass it on to the next reader, the next teacher, man. So, Shalom.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. We give all honor, glory, thanksgiving, praise to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Hashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh. We thank the Most High for the brothers and sisters who are waking up across the world. The king of will always prophesied to the world, like the brother that came earlier. He said the guy must stop because they want to hear what the brother has to say. So we don't want somebody getting hard and crossing us or whatever. We got people to get there. So we can't let that get to us. Because they'll be mad one day or 2 days, but they'll get over it. So we got to keep on. Give me a So we cannot spread it feelings. We cannot say, oh, we're going to speak smooth things to you. No, we got to wake you up. We're running out of time. We got to get ourselves together. Not just the people not in the truth, but also us brothers and sisters in the truth. We got to look at ourselves and get ourselves in order. Because time is short. Like the king was reading earlier. When he give you that warning, you don't get that warning, you're gonna get that put to death. So it's best to get the brotherly love warning, and hopefully you control yourself and repent and get back in line.
That's right.
We're gonna have to we're gonna admonish you as a brother, but treat you, like a heathen.
That's right.
Isaiah 58 and verse 1. Cry out!
So we gotta cry back. Thank you.
Thank you, Lord. Try next week.
So it's a cry loud. We gotta cry loud to the so-called blacks, Latino, Native American only. Don't care what your pastor said. Don't care what your feelings say. We got to cry aloud and spare not. Go ahead.
Spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet.
We got to lift up our voice like a trumpet. That's why sometimes we're smooth speaking. Sometimes we're rough. Sometimes our voice get deep. But we have to lift up our voice as a trumpet. Why? Go ahead.
And show my people.
We got to show Israel, the so-called Black, Latino, Native American, is waking up period. We got to show God people
Their transgression.
your transgression. Give me a first time.
And the house of Jacob their sin.
In the house of Jacob, their sin. This book is not talking about the whole world's their sin. We're talking about the house of Jacob. So everybody's scratching their head. Who is the house of Jacob? Jacob is the people who went in captivity. Jacob had 12 sons. Give me that in Genesis. Jacob wrestled with angels. 34. Jacob wrestled with angels. And the angel told him he changed his name to the 12, he changed his name to Israel. All right, sister. If you have any questions, come back and ask them.
It's the book of Genesis, chapter 32 and verse 24.
Read on.
And Jacob was left alone.
And Jacob, our forefather, he was left alone.
And there he wrestled with the man until the breaking of the day.
He wrestled, okay, sister. He wrestled with a man in the break of the day. Read on.
And when he saw that he prevailed not against him,
And he realized he's not rebelling against him.
he touched the hollow of Jacob's thigh.
So the angel touched the hollow of Jacob's thigh. Actually put it out of joint. Go ahead.
And the hollow of Jacob's thigh was out of joint.
Read on.
As he wrestled with him. And he said, let me go,
Let me go.
for the day breaketh.
Man, the day gonna break. Just let me go before the sun come up. Read on.
And he said, I will not let me go unless thou bless me.
Just the zeal that our forefather had. He said, no, I'm not gonna let you go. You're gonna give me a blessing. I earned this blessing. Give me this blessing. Read on.
And he said unto him, what is thy name?
So the angel was asking Jacob, what is your name?
And he said, Jacob.
Jacob.
And he said, thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel.
So when we say Jacob or Israel, this whole book is related to Jacob, Israel, Yahweh, who the world called Jesus the Christ, and the Heavenly Father. His name is Yahweh. It's talking about other nations also, but it's mainly talking about the judgment, and it's talking about what area in the world they're supposed to be in.
Well,
One second. But the children of Israel, they was going to be, give me James 1:1. They was going to be scattered because we're stiff-necked. We're the most stiff-necked people on the planet. Hold that, give me that. I'm 29. So we have to understand why we got scattered. You got it?
The book of James, chapter 1 and verse 1. James, a servant of of the Yahweh and of the Lord, Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, to the 12 tribes,
To the 12 tribes.
which are scattered abroad.
We know when you go to Sunday church, they tell you God love everyone. That's a damn lie. God loved the children of Israel. Give me Exodus 2:25. To the 12 tribes that are scattered abroad. Read on. Read it. Okay.
the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 29 and verse 28. And the Most High rooted them out of their land in anger.
See, this is how we got rooted out of the land. We just didn't come from Africa. We came over here in anger because there was a promise that if we don't follow the commandments, we're going to go into every nation and serve captivity, punishment. Go ahead.
And the Most High rooted them out of their land in anger and in wrath and in great indignation, and cast them into another
And
land,
cast us into another land
as it is this day.
as it is this very day. Finish on Genesis.
Book of Genesis, chapter 32 and verse 28. And he said, what is thy name? Sorry. Verse 27. He said unto him, what is thy name? And he said, Jacob. And he said, thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel. For as a prince has power with the Most High God and with men, and has prevailed. Book of Colossians chapter 3, verse 17. And whatsoever ye do in word or deed, do all in the name of Mashiach Yahushua, giving thanks to Yahweh and to Abinah by him.
So whatsoever we do in words or deeds, we're going to do all in the name of Mashiach Yahushua, giving thanks to the Most High and the Abinah. But we're not out here to get the love from the other nations. We can't let. We're not out here to bow down to the movement. We can't let. Whatever happens, going to happen. We out here running this race. And we're going to hopefully pray the Most High that not just us, other brothers across the four corners of the world run the race to the end of the term, to the finish line. We're not trying to be the first to the finish line. We're trying to run that race to the finish line. So we're trying to make it to the finish line, and hopefully our brothers and sisters make it too. But we're going to go through try your time. They're going to try it.
Peace to it. Salah. Somebody said the race isn't given to the strong or the swift, but he that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved.
Book of 1 Corinthians chapter 9 verse 24. Know ye not that they which run in the race First Corinthians chapter 9 and verse 24. Know ye not that they which run in the race run all, but one receiveth the prize. For one that ye may obtain. Every man that striveth for the mystery is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible. Book of 1 Corinthians 9 and verse 24. Know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize. So run that ye may obtain. And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now, they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible.
So that's what we're striving for, an incorruptible crown.
I therefore so run, not as uncertainly, but so fight I, not as one that beateth the air.
It's like we fight it. You're not going to fight somebody that's really there. When you guy across the street, you punch him forever trying to fight him. You can't even go punch him. Go ahead.
But I keep under my body and bring it into subjection, lest that by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should be passed away.
litigation for all that. Later on, a process will come, then they choose the religion. So Christ, the black Messiah, is on the scene.
The book of Revelation, chapter 18 and verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues.
Like Shelton earlier, you got to come out of the deep so you don't get partaker of the sin. That this country will be destroyed. What we this country?
Think not that I have come to destroy the law. Think not that I have come to destroy the law or the prophets. I have not come to destroy, but to fulfill.
I was like, they call Jesus of Christ said, don't think I'm coming to do away with the law. Because we don't think we still got the law. Because if they came to do away with the law, then how we end up over? We end up over with the fourth commandment. Give me Jeremiah 16 and verse 7. Go ahead.
Verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law until all be fulfilled. Yeah, all Israel has transgressed thy law.
So we all must go to law. All Israel transgressed the law. Go ahead.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 16, verse 10. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt show this people all these words, and they shall say unto thee, Wherefore hath the Lord pronounced all this great evil against us?
So why all this evil is coming to the so-called lifestyle English? Because nobody's telling us to keep the law. That's why King was reading earlier. It was emphasizing that, hey, we got to get ourselves organized, get right, get right. Because we got to keep the law. Go ahead.
Or what is our iniquity? Or what is our sin that we have committed against the Lord our power? Verse 11. Then shalt thou say unto them, Because your fathers have forsaken me, said the Lord,
Our Father has forsaken us.
and have walked after other gods,
We walk after what?
and have walked after other gods,
This is the white Jesus is walking after other gods. Worship on Sunday and the Sunday church, walking after other gods. You want Islam is walking after other gods. You want Baptist, all kinds of other religions that's walking after other gods.
and have served them,
It's not just walking after them, but we serve them.
and have worshipped them,
Then we worship them.
and have forsaken me.
But while we serve them, we forsake the Heavenly Father. That's what the second wise person was King Solomon. He went off because he started serving other gods. He started serving the gods that was right.
That's 1 Kings 11:11. And have not kept my law,
Have not kept what?
and have not kept my law,
But we didn't keep what?
and have not kept my law. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God, and the Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon above all people that are upon the face of the earth. The Lord did not set his love upon you.
Romans chapter 6 and 1. What shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound? The Most High God forbid. How shall we that are dead to sin live any longer therein? Verse 15. What then? Shall we sin because we are not under the law, but under grace? The Most High God forbid. Know ye not that to whom ye yield yourselves servants to obey, his servants ye are to whom ye obey, whether of sin unto death or of obedience unto righteousness. Deuteronomy 6 and 25. And it shall be our righteousness.
Now this is in the New Testament, it is about righteousness, so we got to find out what is righteousness. Go ahead.
If we observe to do all these commandments before the Lord our God, as he has commanded us.
So all these things right there is religion. All these things got to be put down.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, and verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
When she
Divide and conquer.
Because we lost.
And that's when they think tank. They figured in the 70s and 80s how to separate military and household. But
That's
that's
why
also
Section 8 do what they do. That's why they put y'all in child support with a Section 8. You know what I'm saying? Well, we know all this. But we still accept them to go down there and run to that voting system that we don't know what the hell the words they talking about. And then we did building the police stations and prisons and we think we getting cars and like, come on, like, my brain hurts. My brain hurts. No, seriously, my brain hurts. I can't even fathom the words to even speak of it. It's like, it hurts. It's painful.
Verse 7. The swine, though you divide the hoof over footed, yet it will not touch, he is unclean to you. Of their flesh shall you not eat, for you know
Yeah, that's fine to me. Yeah, boy, yeah, that's what they say. Yeah, but to me, it's chicken.
You don't eat chicken?
Yeah, I eat chicken, but when I think about it, when we speak of swans and
Swine. Swine.
oh,
You're not supposed to eat swine either.
my second one. Oh,
But check this out. Give me Jeremiah 15.
your iniquities have separated between you and your God, and your sins have hid his face from you.
So I was saying, hid the face of I'm always coming on child, so he don't even bless us the way he wants to.
And he would not hear.
So he's pray because we're praying and we're defiled.
For your hands are defiled with blood, and your fingers with iniquity. Your lips have special minds, and your tongue uttered perversity.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 50 and verse 7. All that found them have devoured them,
So all these nations have found us, they devoured us. How?
and their adversary said,
And our adversary, the enemy, said what?
we offend not,
They said they didn't offend us, our creator. Why?
because they have sinned against the Lord.
Because we sin against us. So they give us the get us the tattoo, get us the keep and all this stuff because it's doing the rest of all you do is you run down there and eat it. And by we doing that, we keep on making them rich. We keep making them rich. But when we stop, that's when everything gonna change.
The habitations of justice, even the Lord, the hope of their
well, that's
fathers.
what makes us ignorant. Because it's like it's right there in our face and then we still it's like, even this right now, said when this time comes, don't go out there. You have to understand that it's two different entities that's speaking to us.
can't this is the highest thing we could do wrong.
But that was brainwashed.
Well, we worship. You know how many thousands of people wish they were fighting and we bleaching ourselves and all kinds of
But
stuff.
that's vice versa.
Right, but why we're doing that?
Us as a black person, we wear the contest. We want to put on their wigs, their makeup, and put on powder on that. Same thing. They doing the same thing. That's telling us that we are equal.
No, that's telling us we
What I mean is, both of us have the same desires. We wish to be like them, they wish to be like us. You get what I'm saying?
we're above.
Of course, we'll always be above them. You know why? Because no matter what, Jesus is our God. No matter if that word God is not even a good entity to say. We know what we are from God. And He'll forever bless us because of that. But that's what's key.
The book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I also will reject thee.
So also love us, He's gonna reject us because we're not researching. We want to turn up. And that's enough. And now they gave just like we said with Shaq, they gave us Snoop Dogg as a poster child for Snoop. Every time you see Snoop Dogg, got a mic. And well, here's the thing,
But we thinking on a low parable level. What about if we fall short to the lack of knowledge because we willing to not go to the holy street and peel the fruits off of it, so we can get the right concept of good and bad, right and wrong. You know what I'm saying?
The book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. That thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children.
Because although we read the book and realize this law, they still have this in some, not all, I won't say all, but we still have this in some.
I'm going to read this first. If you, St. John 14:15, if you love me, keep my commandments. This is the book of Revelation. 1 and 13, in the midst of the seven candlesticks, walk like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to his foot, and a girdle about the paps a golden girdle. His head and his hands were white like wool, as white as snow. And his eyes were as a flame of fire, and his feet like on the fire brass, as if they burned in the furnace. As if they burned in the furnace.
And then it goes gray ash.
Gave us
his hand have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity
See, so who is the white man leading the blacks and Latinos into slavery?
shall go into captivity.
Because all you're going to hit John 3:16, God will keep love your enemy. And that's
As soon as we have our garments and our iron to put them in captivity, guess what? That's why they showing us what they're going to do to us. They already mentally destroyed our brain cells, you know what I'm saying, our energy, you know what I'm saying, they pull in different, they do magician work, you get what I'm saying? So they do that, you know what I'm saying? So we messed up, because it's like we just started doing the voodoo stuff. But we use it for the wrong sources. We use it to attack our brothers, each other, instead of what it's made for. And that's why the invisible God exists, and that's why the visible God exists.
So he that
Because
killeth,
that's just to protect that seed on earth. And they move in the spirit and do it.
but he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
See, we got to understand the Bible is not a religion, but it's a
Right.
covenant as everything.
Right. That's where that woo come in at. That real anointing. And it's all about how they captivated one person around
The book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
So, see what Job said? The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. So the earth is given to them to run the earth, but in the process of time,
The book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
Cain is marked. That's one for the dream. Say anybody who comes and slain Cain. That's what I'm trying to say.
I go do that. Second Ezra 6 and 8. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, Jacob and Esau was born of him. Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
But you gotta also remember God said the reason why they have lied, He's gonna make them a believer. You know what I'm saying? So our God that powerful because they had lied, they had stole our covenant, they you know what I'm saying, stepped on our toes, said we gave them something that we probably never gave them. You get what I'm saying? Because if you eating, why your brother not eating? Either y'all was already selfish in the beginning, you telling us, or you tricked us from the beginning. So all that you have to be accounted for. You feel what I'm saying? Because right now, let's say we supposed to rule, but we too weak to rule because we don't believe this doctrine. And that's what's hindering us. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's the little things. Because we're not gonna do nothing to disrespect God. We never did. That's why we done died. We done suffered. We done right. But that was in the beginning. He done forgave us for that. We done overcame that. We would have still been getting beaten at home. Not like we used to though. Not like we used to.
Oh,
But they know not to be going in those places.
But it's up to us to wake up and start chanting. Because if we say we want to be prosperity, let's be
Joshua 1 and verse 8. Book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth,
See, so this book of the law should not depart from out of our mouth. We should always tell our brothers and sisters not to shoot them low, but to let them know what they're doing wrong so they can get back up and get up, so they can start getting a blessing.
but thou shalt meditate therein day and night,
We got to meditate on the word.
You gotta understand that this
This is the book of Isaiah 18.
is the book of bitter smoke because of the simple fact they will never give us the right doctrine for ourselves. They will never. This book was brought out of slavery. They told us how they beat us, killed us, took advantage of us. You know what I'm saying? This is bitter smoke. That's why when we ate it, it like made our stomach sour. Because we like, who the hell wanna get whooped? Who the hell wanna get up? You gotta understand that that's something you have to accept. That is not the Holy Scroll. That is a doctrine of slavery and just tactics to keep us down, to keep our energy. What? It's a veil. It's never gonna lift us. You know why? Let me tell you something. It's never gonna lift us. They're always gonna teach us how they comfort us, how they just led us, how they lied to us. But when we get over that and we rebuke it, then we can get the glory of the Oh, people. You know what I'm saying? I'm not casting you everybody. I'm telling you not to rebuke. That's why he said what he said in the book. Although you heard these words, rebuke it. You get what I'm saying? He ain't never tell us to just keep on suffering and eating those words. He said rebuke it, and then you can get the glory and the resistance that is even into it. That's what we get our iron. That's what we get our shield at. That's when we be able to stand with that avenger and do what we do in the spirit. But until we rebuke it, it's going to make us suffer.
the book of Isaiah, chapter 14 and verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them.
Eventually, when this country, World War III, when this country gets burned up, he's going to make Israel, Jerusalem. Go ahead, and he's going to set us on our own land again.
And they shall cleave unto the house of Jacob.
And strangers,
Salaki. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob
have mercy on us.
and will yet
Now repent and come back to the law, statutes, and commandments. Read on.
and will yet choose Israel
You're going to still choose Israel, Jacob, Israel.
and set them in their own land.
Set us back in our own land.
And the strangers
And the other nation, the strangers,
shall be joined with them.
will join with us.
And they
We're not going to be over there and having a good time. We're going to have a good time. They're going to be working. Go ahead.
and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
They're going to cleave to the house of Jacob. Go ahead.
They rebuilding our land.
Oh, it got to be burnt down.
Oh, God gonna burn down what needs to be burned down.
Yeah, they're going to burn down because it's the power there, but they're going to be rebirthed again. Go ahead.
Yeah.
And the people shall take them
And the people, the Israelites, going to take them.
and bring them to their place,
Take them to the place and say, you're building up this kingdom.
and And the house of Israel shall possess them
We're going to possess them the way they possess us.
in the land of the Lord.
It's not talking only about slavery. It's talking about the Israelite good, bad, and the fruit. Our culture
Yeah, but y'all really ready to put that possession. Y'all don't think that that's another.
no, they know that because it's other books indicating that the other nations know that the Israelite slaves. Why do you think they want us back?
Now God just need to wipe them off the earth. In heaven, in hell, and we gotta go with that. Because us possessing them, then they gonna keep that same conjuring spirit going on. Oh, you get your 7 years and they came and they come around with our 7. No, that need to be rebuked.
They got to go through slavery with that we do. Because if we just fight around on the earth and they don't feel it, we got to die for war. So they got to, but their captivity will be a
That ain't the way to go.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yeah, gather together, O nation not desired. Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass, as the chaff, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you, before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you.
Now listen to this book of
You can say, "Woe is unto me, son man. Eat and thou findest. Eat this roll and go and speak.
Eat this what?
Eat this roll and go and speak to the house of Israel."
The book of Isaiah, chapter 8 and verse 20. To the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word,
They speak not according to the Bible, our words are
it is because there is no light in them.
like Psalm 147. But yeah, after the so-called white race do their captivity, they're going to be right on the whole thing.
Yeah, that's the best thing.
The book of Psalms, chapter
I ain't gonna say that's
147.
the best thing. Because I actually got half-breed brothers and sisters, I'm half-breed myself. But it's the best thing. And if that takes for me to go down as well in my roots, hey, it's the best thing because it's something you gotta give. Like, I mean, I have remorse, but it's not enough to make them people, you know what I'm saying? And that's exactly why God didn't want us to mix our culture with other cultures. Because that's where the wrestling come in at. You feel me? That's where we wrestling at on the mountain because it's foolishness. Like, I'm stuck between two and I can't get it right. You feel me?
The book of Psalms, chapter 147 and verse 19. He showed his word unto Jacob.
Yeah. When the Bible started opening up.
His statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
Right. Only to his chosen.
He hath not dealt so with any nation.
Because the doctrine is closed to them, but the doctrine is open to us.
And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord.
Verse 18. That they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month.
Yeah, I know. I don't take nothing personal.
And they declared their pedigree after the family by the house of their father.
If your father is so-called Negro now, Native American, then you're just if your father is a so-called
My
white,
daddy's a handyman.
right, so you'll be
But Indian habitation. Holland, Gardner is the Garden of Eden. That's all that's Bahamian. That's that root. That's the blessing right there.
So the Bible indicated is like the mother. So the Bible still uses it. So that means they didn't change the Bible.
Nobody ain't worried about it.
They're right. So it's something you probably use. You're Israelite. But no country is
Yeah, I'm an Israelite. I may know that.
So I opened my
I don't
mouth.
mean them demonic spirits don't.
no, the spirits got to come out. Because we got
I don't mean them demonic spirits is not
Before
attacking.
we make it to the kingdom, we got to be tried.
Right.
But we got to fight off. How we fight off? Fasting. The king was really fasting, prayer.
You gotta walk through that wilderness.
I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat that roll. And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat,
They talking about the scroll.
and fill thy mouth with the scroll that I give thee. Then when I eat it, and it was in my mouth, and it's honey and sweet.
So when we ate it, it was
Sugar cane.
yeah, honey, sugar cane, it was sweet. Oh,
sweet.
salvation only for us? Man, I can't wait to go
Oh
tell
my God!
our
Until you
So,
turn that
yeah.
corner, it's terrible.
the bread.
And he
It's
said
not
unto
good.
me, Son of man, go,
Prick.
get thee to the house of Israel and speak. Go to the house of Israel
Ate it. It was sweet to his belly. But when he went to the house of Israel,
and speak of my word unto them.
They seen the other side. 'Cause they seen the bitterness. They were like, hold on, wait a minute.
For God hath not sent to a people of his
Let me
speak
rebuke you before you bring that slavery,
of a hard language.
diabetes, trauma.
see what he was saying, he was sent to other nations. Because if he would have, if God would have sent Israel and other prophets to other nations, they would have.
For thou art not sent to a people of a strange speech, or of a hard language, but to the house of Israel.
Y'all ever thought that we hard-headed? We even hard-headed now. Even after hearing the doctrine, we still hard-headed. That's just, look at me just drinking this sugar cane. Like, we hard-headed. That's why God be like, you know what? That's just us.
That's why he read Isaiah was
And we are stubborn because we are God. We are a part of His breed. So we like, God gonna protect us. We so eager and bold with that. But He letting us know, no, this dummy came to moving and moving. Like we have to convert.
Right, not too many people of a strange speech or of a hard language whose words thou canst not understand. Surely had I sent thee to them, they would have hearkened unto thee. But the house of Israel would not hearken unto thee. But they would not hearken unto me. For all the house of Israel is impotent and hard-hearted. Behold, I have made thy face strong against their face, and thy forehead strong against their forehead. As an adamant hard as a flint have I made thy forehead. Hear them not, neither be dismayed at their lips, for they be a rebellious house.
We did sold our stuff for a It's only right, huh? It's only right, that's why. That's why we gotta honor that. You feel me? Other than that, we would have been broken out of this slavery mentality there. We had to ask for, we probably was real hungry and we sold our stuff for a slave trade. That's wild.
Lamentations 2, verse 14. Thy prophets have seen vain and foolish things before thee, and they have not discovered thy iniquity to turn away thy captivity. Our captivity. But have seen for thee false burdens and causes of banishment. All that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their heads.
All the nations pass by. They pass by in clouds. You know, the time to see this big red bus. They white people sit on it and look at it. Yeah, they can look at themselves. How they act like
All that pass by clap their hands at
they
thee.
clapping their hands at us. From the Asians to the white people to the East Indians to the Arab to the Africans. Go ahead.
They hiss and wag their heads at the daughters of Jerusalem. Is this the city that men call perfection and beauty? Saying, is this the city that men call perfection and beauty? The joy of the whole earth? All thy enemies have opened their mouth against thee.
Telling us God love everyone. Telling us we can eat. Telling us we have a choice, we can do whatever we want to eat. Tell us not discipline your children. Telling us God was fighting. Christ was fighting. God loved everyone.
They hiss and gnash their teeth. They say, we have swallowed her up.
They swallow us because we endure slavery. We had chains around our necks till they broke us down.
Certainly, this is the day that we look for. We have found, we have seen it. The Most High has done that which he has devised. He has fulfilled his word that he had commanded in the days of old. He has thrown down and has not pitied. He has not pitied. He has caused thine enemy to rejoice over thee. He has set up a horn of thine adversary. Their heart cried unto the Most High, O wall of the daughter of Zion, let tears run down like a river day and night. Give thyself no rest. Let not the apple of thy eye cease.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I have commanded thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
They can eat whatever they eat. We special
Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 15. Oh, so like it. 28, verse 2. And all these blessings shall, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 44. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. The book of Malachi, chapter 1, verse 1. The burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you.
This one the Most High said he always loved us. Go ahead.
And said the Lord, yes.
So now, Malachi saying, how do you love us? Here in captivity. Esau, he got great fancy cars, big buildings. We can take sisters, vacation. How you love us? Read on.
Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, said the Lord? Yet I love Jacob.
They never, we built the cross. We had the ideas laid in. They have stolen stuff from us.
Yeah, they stole us.
Okay.
Then they got black money. They got
to go to war with them, it ain't gonna work. We have to separate the time is not and stop. Even how you said, oh, they after us, they after us. First of all, once you anointed, ain't no such thing as a person after you. God will stand on 10-4, 1,000 fall to your left, 10,000 fall to your right, or vice versa.
And I hated Esau. And I hated Esau.
We could be Esau.
And laid. laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished.
And you, when you see a tornado or a hurricane, watch the movie. You're going to see it. We're going to go down. But we're going to rebuild. That's how we know who we saw. We
Because
don't.
the spirit
But we will return and build the desolate places.
Black people can't say that. We cannot say that. We don't
not,
have nothing to
not
rebuild.
because God will take that land and wash it for us. But we don't know who Esau is. We don't
Thus
know.
said the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down.
You know God will make them a believer.
They're going to go ahead.
They shall build, but I will throw down.
They build up again and then throw it back down. Go ahead.
And they shall call them the border of wickedness.
They were born of the wicked.
And the people,
Job 9:24 said, "The earth is given to the hands of the wicked." Those are the people who run the earth. So how who are not running the earth? It's Esau. It's so-called right.
and the people against whom the Lord has indignation forever.
We're going to go over to Esau. We're going to let you Esau. See, that's why he read, go back to Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. That's why he read, our people don't want to get the knowledge. We got to get the knowledge of the Holy Bible. It really don't. We cannot lean on our own understanding.
The book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget thy children.
If you saw verse 16.
The book of Psalms, chapter 50, verse 16. But unto the wicked, God said,
To Esau, God said,
what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth?
You gave us the Bible. You changed suicide. You did this. You gave us the Bible. But the Bible said this. You gave us this. The Bible said you this. You gave us religion. The Bible gave us law.
Seeing thou hast hated instruction and casted my words behind thee,
He made instruction and cast the righteous law behind him.
When
So
thou-
he cannot change.
when thou sawest a thief, then thou contested with him,
When he sees somebody stealing,
Consented.
he became a partner with that thief.
and has been partaker with adulterers. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother.
What they do, they sit and speak against their brother, Jacob, 12 tribes of Israel.
Thou slanderest thine own mother's son.
They slander their own mother's son. Go ahead.
These things hast thou done, and I kept silence.
So these things that they did, the Most High kept silent because they're going to get their kicked out. Go ahead.
Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such a one as thyself,
They say, well, God not punishing us. God must be white. Jesus must be white. So read that part.
And that don't mean
He's not white.
these things hast thou done,
he brought forth two
and I kept silence. Thou taughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself, but I will reprove
I
thee.
mean, both Jesus was already judged and being judged. And she brought forth
These things hast thou done, and I kept silent. Thou taughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself, but I will reprove thee
So the Most High sounded
and set them
and set them.
in order before thine eyes.
Now we get it in order. Some gonna get it in order, some not gonna get it. But we get it in order before the eyes, so they are nervous. Now we're gonna get to Israel, Jacob and Esau.
children struggle together with women.
Children struggle together by giving them money.
She said, if it be so, why not us?
So if it's a righteous murder, and if it's so, why am I going to me?
She went to inquire of the Lord.
So she went to see if found
Moses said unto her, two nations, two nations are in thy will. Two manner of people, have separated from my power. And the one people shall be stronger than the other manner of people.
When we said right, they said left. When God said do this, they said do this. That's them. But we describing the characteristics, right?
And the elders shall serve the younger.
And the elder will come out first and serve the younger. And that's what they're afraid of.
For her days to be delivered were fulfilled. Behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red, all over like a hairy garment. And they called his name Esau.
And they call his name what?
Esau.
Okay.
After that came his brother out.
So Jacob came out after that. So after that, they didn't describe Jacob because Jacob was like everybody else in the world.
And his man took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob.
That's why they decided to do the one that had all the blood sacrifices.
Isaac was 4 years dead, and the boys grew. And Esau was in money, one son.
So who will who like to go pay? But no, we don't know that. You said we could be Esau. So who will punch and adorn blood or skin of
A man of the field, who eats
and they don't. So this is showing you the separation of
Jacob was a plain man.
and Jacob was a free man, just like the They the one that want to travel everywhere and want to go through this. From the oldest to the youngest.
One and Isaac of Esau, he was man.
And our father loved Esau because he ate it.
And they went among Jacob. Jacob was his son. And Esau came to the field, and he was faint. Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee. The same good honey, for I am faint. Therefore he was called Edom.
So Esau was the so-called right.
There you go right there. The book of Leviticus, chapter 17, verse 11. For the life of the flesh is in the blood, and I have given it to you upon the altar to make an atonement for your soul, for it is the blood that maketh an atonement for the soul. Therefore I say unto the children of Israel, no soul of you shall eat blood, neither shall any stranger that is sojourn among you eat blood. So whatsoever man there be of the children of Israel, or the stranger that sojourn with you, which hunteth and catcheth any beast or fowl that may be eaten, he shall even pour out the blood thereof.
Let me ask you a question. Do black people have something like blood? No, the white people. They even have bloodlines, have tricks in our neighborhood. Why? Because they want to eat your blood.
And cover it with dust. For it is the life of all flesh. The blood of it is for the life thereof. Therefore I say unto the children of Israel, you shall eat no blood, you shall not eat the blood of no manner of flesh.
What is shall not eat anything with blood, neither shall you use enchantments or nor observe time.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him.
And that's all we have to do. Now, don't never get it confused. Just because let God deal with that. For us as the people, He did not give us the ability to be selfish and ignorant. That's what
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thy enemy.
See, so it says, love your brother, rebuke your brother. Hold on, let me finish reading that. Read the verse.
See, that don't make sense because our brothers did not. They talking about.
Yeah, because you got to realize how we was the last person in the book. Esau and Jacob was the last person. So, one is good and one is bad. He made Esau to be bad and we to be good. But we learned to
But that nation came out of your mother.
We came out of the mother of these who with you. Because he's the one that said, oh, you don't kill my brother. Jacob had to go to his uncle house. He's the wicked one. You listen to each other.
Ain't Jacob and David.
Jacob, he was wrestling.
Because some of them in a different book call them a different name. Okay, Jacob is Israel. Who is David? And what's the other name? Well, what's the other name? But ain't Jesse is the woman? To the offspring. So it got to come out of Jesse. That holy seed, that's going to be reborn again. And who is Jacob? So Jacob just holds the tail tied to
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people. But thou Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. And the Most High.
I think that just explained that.
The book of Genesis, chapter 49, and verse 2.
They will be your neighbor.
Gather yourselves together, and hear, ye sons of Jacob, and hearken unto Israel your father. Gather yourselves together, and hear,
There's a prophecy saying, gather yourself together.
and hear, ye sons of Jacob, and hearken unto Israel your father.
And hearken and listen to Israel your father.
Okay, then.
Genesis 27:41. Esau hated Jacob.
Esau hated Jacob. So how we gonna say, oh, he was but he always hated us. He didn't want to kill us. We're not going around killing them. Actually, we're killing each other, black on black crimes. And the reason we're doing that because it's a part of the curse. But when the Most High changes it around, we're going to learn how to love each other again.
And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherein his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning of my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob.
That's what he got to do with his brother.
Slay my brother Jacob.
As I been going through it all this time.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 12, verse 16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person
Testament letting you know he cannot repent. He cannot get himself holiness. Go ahead.
lest there be any fornicator or profane person
When you get that fornicator or profane person, that means going against the Most High God. Go ahead.
as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright.
His birthright, like he said. So his birthright. And then they want to trigger, oh, they said, no, wait, when they got the birthright, he didn't wait for still. When we run in the house, sure, come on, take your ass up outside. Wait, they want to have to cook. We wait.
Only one up there enslaved and killed and slaughtered is us. So that let me know that that scripture has to be speaking of us.
We get killed because we broke the law. It becomes Zechariah 11.
He was jealous of Israel because he was God chosen people.
We are.
That's the chosen people. See, in the Bible, on the sixth day, he made male and female, right? Right. Then after that, he made Adam and Eve. Right. It's Adam. He had Adam and God in it. He was descendant from Adam. It's two different people.
You're right. And then when Adam transgressed the law, what did he do with Adam?
Keep them out of
And so when we transgress the law, what did he do to
Kick us
us?
out.
Why we over here today? This is every day.
You know, but you gotta know. The first and foremost thing I learned when I was a Hebrew Israelite is acknowledge his name. I am. Yeah, I am. It's always in my heart. You know, yeah. acknowledge his name.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, when they say in the Bible, ancient, the elder said, it's so sick. He tell us all throughout the Father, say his name, say my name, ask him my name. You know what I mean? I ask him his name. What is that name? They don't, see, they don't want you to know. Y'all know.
Right,
They
they
don't
give
want
us
us.
titles.
Yeah, they don't want us to know our
Titles
name.
still give you
Exactly.
have truth and have
You hate Wabe. You know what I mean? Speak his name. When I pray, I speak to his name. I ask y'all show. You know what I'm saying? I pray to y'all show.
Well, lately, we understand that Yahshua was created by someone white. So we said Yahweh created in God, and Yahweh Shai his son. In the St. John chapter 5, verse 27.
Oh yeah. That's the Hebrew name. Hebrew
Yeah,
pronunciation.
in the Hebrew, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
But we're going to show it to you right here.
It's so hard to find real like Hebrew brothers that you really sit down and talk. That house right there, that first house, all them Hebrew brothers.
Yeah.
That first house right there, all them Hebrew brothers. All of them. And one of them, sir, the older one, he actually was with Yahweh Ben Yahweh.
Yeah.
The book of St. John, chapter 5, verse 43. I am come in my Father's name,
So Christ, Yahweh Shai said, I come in my Father's name.
and ye receive me not.
And you don't receive it. I don't want that name.
Jesus is not the Father's name. Right. We don't need
If another shall come in his own name, him ye will receive.
See, remember the key is I came in my Father's name. Yahweh the Father, Yahweh God, is the Son. Same name. This guy right there.
In Proverbs 30, verse 4. Who hath ascended up into heaven, or descended? Who hath gathered the wind in his fist? Who hath bound the waters in his garment? Who hath established all the ends of the earth? What is his name? And what is his son's name? God himself.
The book of Psalms, chapter 68, and verse 4. Sing unto Yahweh, sing praises to his name, extol him that rideth upon the heavens.
His name right there. It says sing, well, actually it says sing unto Yah. You got Yah, but we know James is Yah. It's an abbreviation of his name.
By his name is Yah, and rejoice before him. A father of the fatherless, and a judge of the widows.
Just like when we said hallelujah. We're not saying hallelujah, Yahweh. We're giving the joy part of his name. Hallelujah, the highest praise he can give.
Is Yahweh in his holy habitation?
Malachi 1:18.
The book of Malachi, chapter 1, verse 14. But cursed be the deceiver which have in his flocks a male.
See, so we got to understand what the history is telling us. It said, "Cursed be that deceiver." Go ahead.
and vowed a sacrificing unto the Lord a corrupt thing. For I am a great king, says the Lord of hosts, and my name is dreadful among the heathens.
No wonder they want to give us so many different names, because the true name is dreadful among the heathen. Read that in the Bible. His name, they won't, well, some of them can't pronounce it.
Yeah, most of them can't even really pronounce the name.
Right, it's dreadful. Read it.
They don't even know that. They can't even pronounce the Hebrew alphabet.
For,
How you gonna pronounce that? You can't even pronounce the alphabet.
Exactly.
for I am a great king, saith the Lord of hosts, and my name is dreadful among the heathens.
His name is dreadful among the heathen. We'll show the name to the brothers and sisters, but other than heathen, they don't deserve it.
That's right. All right. You and I'm just trying to run the food or get you something to eat.
Okay,
Yeah, brothers. I'm gonna start coming in. I thought that what y'all was doing. I never really came over here.
Yeah, we here every weekend 3 to 6.
I see y'all.
Go out to the sun, go down.
Job 11 verse 20. For the eyes of the wicked shall fail, they shall not escape, and their hope shall be as the giving up of the ghost. But ye are warriors of lies, ye are all physicians of no value.
I'm also in the whole world. But America is looking at the politicians. America is looking at the so-called prohibition system. See how it's two laws against the so-called whites and also the so-called white, who is highly dependent in this wicked country. So weeks from this article, it said, what have we learned about Carmelo Anthony in the weeks since the fatal critical style? So what happened during this time, it was a tragedy. He was not on school property. We have I won't say Israelite, but we have some so-called blacks in a high position. Talking about he's in the wrong, you should go to jail. You quickly throw your parade. That's how you know you're Israel. You quickly throw your brother in jail without hearing the facts, without knowing anything. But yet, when it comes to the other nation, when it comes to save your brother while committing COVID, all y'all was dumb and fight. The brother was out there pushing it, don't take the COVID fight slow. Brother was taking, don't make the virus. And y'all was telling them they don't want to know what they're talking about. You quit to save your master. You quit when it's time to go out there to vote. Oh, vote for this person, vote for this person. You quit, you don't need to vote for anyone. Like you what? But yet you always suck our people back in and go and get on the media, social media, and tell them to vote for something. When you don't have their best interest. You don't have no kind of interest. Look at Jeremiah 14. Yeah.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 14, and verse 2. Judah mourning, and the gates thereof languish.
So the real Jews are the Israelites born. And the gates, we don't have no kind of protection because Judeans going to tell us, just like in the New Testament. They was trying to crucify the outside because they want their position to take place.
They are black unto the ground, and the cry of Jerusalem is gone up.
And it was raining at his right. And this brother was under the tent. You had these two white devils who didn't have no training, came over there bullying him like they want to bully everybody else. And then he dealt and they're gonna lie on social media talking about the brother came up at the end. No, both of them was together. You had prime witnesses indicating both of them was jumping at that brother. But the table turned because the Most High was waking up his children. And we saw either going to be put to death or he going to be dead. St. John 11:48. If we let him thus alone, all men will believe on him. So this is what they talk about now in 2024. But we don't talk about the people in the streets. We don't talk about the black media or the social media. Other people put in a whole bunch of things that people hear. No, our people have a mind of their own that make rightful decisions. Everybody was quick to, for example, everybody was quick to go out there and vote for Ms. Harris, but our people had a mind of their own.
The Romans shall come and take away both our place.
And Romans going to come and take away both our place and nation. That's what the stars are, the people who been doing. Afraid of. Like Oprah, like all these superstars. Afraid to open their mouth against the master. But guess what? After they kill us, they're going to come after you. You don't mean nothing to them. So what happened? Capella Emma, the public court appearance of money was 40 days later by his parents' first public statement at the news conference in Dallas. This incident happened in Dallas. But now we're going to go through it because it's another incident, but this other incident don't get any flack like this one's getting. So what happened? Give me Isaiah chapter 4. verse 1 and 2. It said, Camelo and Athens, the fiscal team accused of further staff and another student of the high school fight. Earth this one made public report appearance in Persia and Kennedy. Following days later by his parents, the first public statement at Athens Dallas. Following the hour and the 12, the king of Monday, Camelo and Islam was significantly reduced from 130 to 250. You had so many people calling a judge, giving a judge a death threat, giving this man's family a death threat because they reduced his bill from $1 million to $250. Allowing for him to be released from jail hours later. Andrew Anthony, his father, was the only person who testified in here. Andrew Anthony, see, this is brother. Camelo Anthony was raised in his parents' household. You see his opportunity. So, he was a teenager. When he's still a teenager, he ended up jumping in a lake pool to save somebody. So this is the outstanding person he was. He is. This is the outstanding person he is. But then the two white men, they bullied. The classmates talking about they nothing but bullies. But now when the incident comes, they can go for me. Two separate go for me for the mom and for the dad. And the dad was a pedophile. St. John 11:48. If we let him thus alone, all men will believe on him. And the Romans shall come and take away both our place and the nation. See what's going on? When something happened a long time ago, the so-called blacks, like they did there, we used to stay quiet. We used to be quiet. They said, well, let the media come. Just like when Trayvon Martin died. Obama was president at that time. Respect the justice and let them take the voice. So where's that same energy when this man gets bond from be able to bond out, but yet then his family getting death threats. Yet then the judge, which is the sister, she getting death threats. Now they have to put more security to watch over her. So reality, you said that like you don't want them to get ahead with nothing. You don't want them you hit them, you want them to say, it's good, master. You want them to keep on standing there not doing anything. But it's a new time, it's a new day. It's a new day, a new time, and now y'all don't like it. You put drunken office, and now y'all racist people is steaming up. But guess what? It's going to have to be toe-to-toe. But we're going to come with the scriptures to put you to shame.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1 and verse 1. The words of the preacher, the son of David, king in Jerusalem. Vanity of vanities, said the preacher, vanity of vanities, all is vanity. What profit have a man of all his labor which he hath taken under the sun? One generation passeth away, and another generation cometh. But the earth abideth forever. The sun also ariseth, and the sun goeth down, and hasteth to the place where he arose. The wind goeth towards the south, and turneth about unto the north. It runs about continually, and the wind returned again according to his purpose. all the rivers run into the sea, yet the sea is not full. And to the place from whence the river comes, thither they return again. All these things are full of labor, and cannot utter it. Verse 13. I gave my heart to seek and search out by wisdom concerning all things that are done under heaven. This sore trouble, this sore travail have Yahweh given to the Son of Man. Ecclesiastes 3, verse 1. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to break down and a time to build up. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance. A time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to get and a time to lose. A time to keep and a time to cast away.
Now it's a time for you to be cast away. We did everything. It's time to love. We love your brother. Now it's time for us to cast away from it.
A time to rent and a time to sow. A time to keep silent and a time to speak. A time to love and a time to hate. A time in a time of war and a time of peace.
That's it. So what happened? This brother was self-defense. They jumped, so he grabbed a knife and stabbed one of them. So happened, one of the twin brothers, they twins, end up dying. So that's gonna be on that brother, not that brother, they're gonna be on that twin white man the rest of his life. Every time he wake up, he's gonna say, I'm the cause of my brother to die. I'm the cause of my brother to die. Instead of saying, hey, it's no good for us to be a bully the rest of all our lives because your dad was a pedophile. And that's why your mom left. Is that Carmelo Apple, he was born in a two-parent home, 3 other children. According to Mike Howard, Carmelo, attorney, the team did not have any previous criminal history before the arrest of April the 2nd. So it said after 17 was arrested April the 2nd to kill a 17-year-old Oscar McPhee at District 11, 5-8, strike. And he told the police it was self-defense. So when we tell the police it's self-defense, it seems like we still get penalized. But when they either say, oh, self-defense, there's no question, no argument, there's no question, no hesitation, nothing about the judge when it was not self-defense. But on the other hand, in Dallas, this grieving family, like we always said, if it's not the Negroes, it's the Latinos. This grievous family don't get the same hate mourning the way this white man did. It's a high school fight again with one boy stabbed to death and the other charged with murder. The trial is now underway. What happened, the 10th tribe was in the locker room. So a gang of white people coming in there and jumping. So the 10th tribe was beating him like he should. And he was getting the best of him. So the other guy came back in and started stabbing him. Not one time like Anthony did. Anthony stabbed him one time, all right, and left him alone. But this white guy stabbed this 10th tribe 7 times. Overdid it. He gets stabbed 7 times after he was winning and beating the game. So he ran out the locker room, stumped down, and he ended up dying. So this Esau guy, damn Devil Allison, is facing anywhere between 5 to 99 years in prison. Is convicted of murdering Joe Morales. See, so what we gotta understand, give me Zephaniah. Zephaniah, you gotta understand together. What we gotta understand, we're not like any nation. And the Most High telling us to gather ourselves together when they do not desire. Because you're not gonna get the same tribe because of just of his message. If the table was turned the other way and it was 2 black men jumping a white man and the white man stabbed him, you wouldn't get that tribe. You'd say he handled it self-defense. Just like on the subway in New York, that so-called piggy choked the man to death. And he got off. See, you don't get the same pride when it's off. When there's death, when they call you self-defense, everybody allows them to self-defense. And everybody raised money.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, and verse 1. Gather yourselves together, gather together, O nation, not desired. Before the decree bring forth, before the day of the Lord's anger, before the day pass as the chaff, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you, before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you. Seek ye the Lord, all ye meek of the earth, which have brought his judgment. Seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be ye shall be hid in the day of the Lord's anger.
So we got to gather ourselves together before the Most High bring the judgment. We see it's 2 different cases. This white man who stabbed this Latino guy 7 times, he's not getting death threats. That's what he got going on. And he's been out of jail for like 3 years before the case. They leaving the case on. But yet then, with this white guy, they got to speed up that case. That case is going to take the case some time. But then we got another incident. This is LA. Looking at but this is LA, which he should have been bigger with his people. But it don't get him right there to arrest us. LA, police arrest a man after allegedly beating a man outside of a nightclub spot in January. Grabbing warrants. SPD officer, fire department head, arrived in the streets around 5:38, January 2065. Responsible for assault and battery. The suspect was identified by the witness as 25-year-old Trapon Moses, who was arrested and charged with second-degree battery. So what happened? He was in a nightclub. Just basically, he looked like he was only Israelite brother there. So all he saw dogs was surrounding. So when you look at the video, he's not arguing with nobody, he's just standing up there. So the Esau man who goes by figured, hey, if I just knock him down, these girls will be looking at me like they're imperial. So they end up walking a little couple, maybe 10 feet. Then the elder guy, the white guy, stopped the guy and stopped pounding on him. So he caught the brother off guard. So the brother off guard didn't see that coming. So he's halfway on the ground trying to figure out what's going on. So he actually get back up and gave the man one punch. The man hit his head and died. Now they want to charge him for his death. But hey, if the man would have kept his hand to himself, he would have still been alive. But where's the fairness at? It was self-defense. They wanted him to keep on getting beat up by this white man. But when he decided to hit the man died. Okay, here you go right here and say, after a group walk on the other street towards South Street, the video showed Temple punch Moses. Moses was speaking with another man. Eyewitness said the man continued fighting for several minutes before Temple was hit in the face by Moses. And Temple's head landed on the concrete. So the white man's head landed on the concrete and he ended up dying. He never woke up after that. So why would they arrest him? It was self-defense. That man should have minded his business, if not separate them, had the girls to go their separate ways and then the guy go his separate ways. But Moses, he should have never been there with nothing but a whole bunch of white men.
Revelation 18 and verse 21. And a mighty angel took up a stone, like a great millstone, and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all.
That great city Babylon is America, a.k.a. under Satan's authority.
How much has she glorified herself in this position?
Because she glorified herself and lived deliciously.
So much torment and sorrow give her.
Most I said so much torment and sorrow he's going to give his wicked men, especially to Esau.
For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen.
Because they said, I sit a queen. I'm not going to be a widow. I got the best military, the best armed force of that Secret Service. I cannot be a widow. Who's going to be able to bring us down? We're the best people on the planet.
And if no widow, they shall see no sorrow.
Most I said, you're going to see sorrow. Go ahead.
Therefore shall her plagues come in one day.
The plague's going to come in one day.
Death,
Coming to America. Morning coming to America.
famine,
And famine coming to America.
she shall be utterly burnt with fire.
And you're going to be utterly burned with fire.
The strong is the most high, judgment.
Strong is Yahweh who judge you.
Kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. Stand afar off for fear of her torments, saying at last, that great city Babylon,
Alas, that great city Babylon,
that mighty city,
that mighty city of America,
for in 1 hour is thy judgment come.
your judgment going to come from the Most High. Read on.
For in 1 hour so great riches are come to naught, and every shipmaster, and all the company of ships and sailors, as many as trained by sea, stood afar off, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning,
saying, what city is like unto this great city? And they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, at last, that great city wherein we were made rich.
And rich in America. On the sweat, tears, on the materialistic things from the so-called black I think make the American constantly fine.
And all that has ships in the sea by the reason of her costliness. For in 1 hour she was made desolate.
Desolate.
Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets. For the Most High has avenged you on her. And the light of the candle shall shine no more at all in thee. And the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. For thy merchants are great men of the earth. For by thy sorceries were all nations deceived. And in her was found the blood of prophets and of saints, and of all that was slain upon the earth.
Let's look at Revelation chapter 7.
Holding the four winds of the earth, and the wind shall not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having a seal of the living God. And he cried with a loud voice to the four angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servant of our power in their forehead. And I heard the number of them which were sealed. And there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. Of the tribe of Judah.
Over the so-called Black American Negro, it means the Most High praise.
Were sealed 12,000.
It's still 12,000.
Of the tribe of Reuben.
Over the so-called Seminole Indian, it means sea of the sun.
Were sealed 12,000.
We're still 12,000.
Of the tribe of Gad.
Gad, the so-called North American Indians, it means truth.
Were sealed 12,000.
We're still 12,000.
Of the tribe of Asher.
Asher, the so-called descendants of Columbus, the Venezuela, Ecuador, Peru, Brazil, Bolivia, it means happy.
Were sealed 12,000.
We're still 12,000.
Of the tribe of Naphtali.
Cali, the so-called Argentina, the Chile, it means Russia.
Were sealed 12,000.
We're still 12,000.
Of the tribe of Manasseh.
That's the so-called 2%, it means age to forget.
Were sealed 12,000.
Still 12,000.
Of the tribe of Simeon.
Again, the so-called Dominican Republic, it means affliction of terror.
Were sealed 12,000.
We're still 12,000.
Of the tribe of Levi.
Levi, the so-called H-10, it means join to me.
Were sealed 12,000.
We're still 12,000.
Of the tribe of Issachar.
Issachar, the so-called Mexican, he's higher.
Were sealed 12,000.
We're still 12,000.
Of the tribe of Zebulon.
Babylon, the so-called Guatemala, Panama, Belize, Honduras, San Salvador, El Salvador, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, fell in.
Were sealed 12,000.
We're still 12,000.
Of the tribe of Joseph.
Joseph, Ephraim, the so-called Puerto Rican, it means
Were sealed 12,000.
we're still 12,000.
Of the tribe of Benjamin.
Benjamin, the so-called Jamaican, Trinidad, Jamaica, Bermuda, Bahamas, Cayman Islands, St. Kitts, St. Martin, St. Kitts, it means the son of right.
Were sealed 12,000.
Still 12,000.
After this I beheld and lo, a great multitude which no man could number, of all nations, and kindreds, and people, and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and a palm in their hands. The book of Hosea, chapter 1 and verse 10.
Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it said unto them, Ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, Ye are the sons of the living God. Then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together.
The children of who?
Of Judah
Judah.
and the children of Israel
And the children of Israel
be gathered together
gathered together
and appoint themselves one head.
themselves on head.
And they shall come up out of the land.
Which the head is your humble side. Go ahead.
They shall come up out of the land, for great shall be the day of Israel.
Book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 3 and verse 12. And it happened that when they that dwelt upon the earth began to multiply, and had gotten them many children, and were great people, they began to be more ungodly than the first. Now when they lived so wickedly before thee, thou didst choose a man from among them, whose name was Abraham. Him thou lovest, and unto him only thou showest thy will, and madest an everlasting covenant with him, promising him that thou wilt never forsake his seed. Unto him thou gavest Isaac, unto Isaac also thou gavest Jacob and Esau. As for Jacob, thou didst choose him to thee, and put by Esau. So Jacob became a great multitude.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 43, verse 5. Fear not, for I am with thee. I will bring thy seed from the east and gather thee from the west. I will say to the north, Give up, and to the south, keep not back.
North Americans give up, and South Americans keep not back.
Bring my sons from far,
Bring the Most High sons from afar,
and my daughters from the ends of the earth.
and his daughters from the ends of the earth.
Even every one that is called by my name, for I have created him for my glory. I have formed him. Yeah, I have made him.
Book of Jeremiah 16 and 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Most High, that I will, it shall no more be said, that the Most High liveth and brought up the children of Israel out of Egypt. But the Most High liveth and brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from the land, and from all the land whither he had driven them. And I will bring them again into their own land that I gave unto their fathers. Therefore, thus saith the Lord. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said that the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel. So when the children of Israel return home, it's not going to be said that Most High liveth, or brought up the children of Israel. It's going to be a new parable. Go ahead. For the Most High liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, the land of the north, which is North America. Read on. And from all the lands where he had driven them. And from all the lands that he's driven the children of Israel, scattered across the four corners of the world. I will bring them again into their land. And the Most High going to bring us again into our land. And gave unto their fathers. That he gave to our forefathers.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh and keep his commandments. For this is the whole duty of man. For Yahweh shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. The book of Matthew, chapter 26.
We must all appear before the judgment seat of Yahushua, that everyone may account for his Second Corinthians 5 and 10. For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Yahushua, that everyone may receive the things done in his body according to that he has done, whether it be good or bad.
The book of Matthew, chapter 26, and verse 1. And it came to pass, when Yahushua had finished all these sayings, he said unto his disciples, ye know that after 2 days is the feast of the Passover, and the Son of Man is betrayed. The Son of Man is betrayed to Salaki, and the Son of Man is betrayed to be crucified. Then assembled together the chief priests and the scribes and the elders of the people unto the palace of the high priest, who was called Caiaphas, and consulted that they might take Yahushua by subtlety and kill him. But they said, not on the feast day, lest there be an uproar amongst the people. Now when Yahushua was in Bethany, at the house of Simon the leper, there came unto him a woman, having an alabaster box of very precious ointment, and poured it on his head, as he said at me.
In the book of St. John, chapter 12 and verse 3, then took Mary a pound of ointment of spikenard, very costly, and anointed the feet of Yahushua, and wiped his feet with her hair, and the house was filled with the odor of the ointment.
Matthew 26 and verse 8. But when his disciples saw it, they had indignation, saying, to what purpose is this waste? For this ointment might have been sold for much and given to the poor. When Yahushua understood it, he said unto them, why troubleth ye the woman? For she hath wrought a good work upon me. For ye have the poor always with you, but me ye have not always. For in that she hath poured this ointment on my body, she did it for my burial. Verily I say unto you, wheresoever this gospel shall be preached in the whole world, there shall also this, that this woman hath done. She done it for my memorial she done it. Salaki. That this woman hath done, be told for a memorial of her. So with that, we want to close out the Feast of Unleavened Bread again. To all those that kept the Passover at their appointed time and kept their Feast of Unleavened Bread 7 days after. We want to say shalom to all the elders and all the children of Israel, all the people that keep the law, statutes, and commandments, and the feast days and the Sabbath days. And shalom to all the other brothers that's out there supporting one another, man. And the sisters at home that support their husbands, holding down the household. With that, we want to say shalom, shalom, shalom.